know stuff. Like everybody been talking about it. It's been all over the radio stations in Atlanta, and beyond. You know what? I'm really about to like block this person for a second because now you're just being disrespectful. You're just really being disrespectful right now. I look. Somebody asking me, is it true? Hmm. I don't know. We gonna get into that in a second. Hold on a second. Let me switch some stuff around. Let me put my bubbles up. Let me get into this. So if you haven't already read the story on the site, today we are talking about Dwight Howard and his alleged girlfriend, boyfriend. We're gonna call him his alleged girlfriend, boyfriend, Masin Elije, Masin Elije. Masin Elije been putting Dwight Howard on blast, honey, all up and down the Twitter. Dwight Howard been like trending all weekend long. Everybody's talking about Dwight Howard. Everybody talking about Dwight Howard had a butt injury, so it must be true. Dwight Howard grabbed his teammates' nuts, so it must be true. But whatever the case may be, this particular man, oh, he's a man. Yes, he's a man. Well, he did say he was a man. Okay, he's a man with a lace front. This particular man with a lace front outed or attempted to blast Dwight Howard. He went on Twitter and basically said that he dated Howard. They were in an intimate relationship, and apparently Dwight cheated on him with a transgender or tranny, as he says Dwight calls the person, and was involved in transgender sex parties. Like, the story is so like off the chain that everybody's looking like, well, it's so crazy, it must be true. Like, I don't know. I don't know. You said Royce Reese subliminally confirmed. What did she subliminally confirm? That her baby dad, that she slept with a gay man? Because, I mean, why is it, and I know I'm going off topic right now, but why is it that all the baby mamas be all bitter and stuff when they famous baby daddy lead them or move on with their lives? Now they want the man to be gay so he can't get no more. But that's neither here nor there. So let me put some of this up here on the screen. So basically, where is my so basically, Dwight has been feeling the burn, honey. He has been feeling the burn. Masin Elije claimed that Dwight had his team contacting him because apparently he confronted Dwight, told Dwight, look, you know what I am, you know what I do, I know what you like, and I'm upset that you visiting all these transgenders. How dare you sleep with these transgenders without a condom? He done put text messages, or he done put receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt after receipt. I don't even know. Should we go through the receipts, or should we just take him at his word? Like, everybody seems to feel like because this gentleman, put Dwight Howard on blast and said he did all of these things, that is true. And I don't necessarily, I don't know if I I don't know if I believe it. I'm like, it's just so like, I don't want to say messy punkish, but basically that's what it is. So the first tweet that he sent out basically said, I was afraid to speak, but today my life was threatened after I was sexually harassed, threatened, and manipulated by someone I respected. My ex-boyfriend, NBA player Dwight Howard, and his camp, also catfished by his disrespectful ass pastor. So not only is he blasting Dwight, he is blasting the pastor. He is saying that, Dwight, everybody say, Dwight is a Christian, even though, he got all these baby mamas all over the place, and that's what money does. It just draws baby mamas to you. But he is saying that, Dwight's pastor called him, man, let me put some of this stuff. I don't even know. I can't even keep up with this. Like, it's just so long and drawn out. Let me see. I'm just gonna put it straight up from the thing, from my site. So if y'all can read along if y'all want to, y'all can I think it's up here. Let me see. File movie recording. Yes. Is that it? No, it won't open. I guess it won't open because I'm live. Oh well. He basically said the conversation started escalating to nudes being sent, escalating to me blowing his mind, and him calling me every night on Instagram video chat. Time went by and shit started getting serious. This is what Masin Elije is saying out on the Twitters. He wrote a whole story, a whole love story. He was fine, 6'11", goofy, very charming, no wife, and had never been married. So of course I was interested. I kept it real with him, and he kept it real with me about everything except one thing. Fast forward, I'm finally face to face with Dwight. And after that day from my understanding, we had an understanding. So I'll just upload this screen record just in case his team decides to lie. Ain't no girl gonna ask you this. So this is what he put up as proof that ain't no girl gonna ask Dwight Howard about child, it's just too much. It's just too much. Like, y'all think it's too much? What y'all think? Like, okay. He posted this screenshot of an Instagram DM. Basically, he was asking Dwight in DM, does your mother, brother, friends know that you like to deal with trans and men? Or that's just something you've kept to yourself? The alleged Dwight Howard said, why are you asking me for? And the alleged gentleman that we don't know if it's him or not said, I'd like to know. Dwight said, or the alleged Dwight, I don't want to answer. Why? I don't want to. So this seems so like, I don't know. It's just a lot. So then he continues. He put even more receipts up about the man. And he said, it kept going. He told him, be free. The white person said, I am. It's nothing to know. And then the person who's out of him, but you date trans and men. Tranny is what you call them. And then the person said, I don't have an answer for you. So he has alleged time and time and time again that these, you said unseen. He has alleged time and time again that these particular DMs were in fact legit. In addition to these DMs, Masin posted the audio from several recorded phone calls, which he claims were with Dwight. He says that during all of this, because he felt betrayed after finding out Dwight was involved with someone else, a trans woman who allegedly hosted sex parties. Let me see, he put the picture up. Let me put this picture up. Let us translate. This is so crazy. I just don't know what to do. It's so crazy. Where is it? Where the translated? I'm just going to play the audio and put it up. Man, it's so hard to get all these receipts in OBS, y'all. I'm just like, I need a producer. I need a producer. So if you are in the market for producing, let me know. So let me put on my Bluetooth. And y'all need to record his messages before he take them down, because they are all still on the Twitters. And yes, I said the Twitter. Don't correct me. I said it. I meant it. And that's what it's going to be. Where is my sound bar? Oh, there it is. So this is the first conversation.
It's HIV out there. It's herpes out there. It's other STDs out there. And you're going to sex parties fucking people raw. Like, what type of fucking man did your mother raise you to be a man like that? Did your father raise you to be a man like that?
This is the alleged conversation.
Yeah, my gosh. That's all you can say. And you know that I'm not lying, because if I was lying, you would say, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying. You're lying. And you know I'm not lying. Just keep it real.
Most people have to fight for credibility and who they are. I don't have to do that when I know one.
No. Oh my God. I literally have been speaking to you for, oh my God. I've been speaking to you for some time now, Dwight. I sent you nudes of me, Dwight. I sent you nudes in general, Dwight. You told me that you wanted to be fucked in your ass, Dwight. You told me that you want to suck dick, Dwight. You have been flirting, Dwight. You knew what I was, Dwight. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Dwight.
Am I lying?
Dwight.
I don't remember none of that.
Oh, you got amnesia. Oh my God! You have amnesia. That's a damn shame.
It sounds like a guy. It sounds like a guy. I don't know if it sounds like Dwight or not. It sounds like a guy. So as for the catfish allegations, Masin claims he began receiving phone calls that he thought were from Dwight, but it turns out it was Dwight's pastor, allegedly. And this is the picture of the transgender person that... This is so just all over the place, child. I'm just looking like, what the hell? So, allegedly, Calvin and Dwight's camp began to tell, this is from Masin. Calvin and Dwight's camp began to tell him things like, we know where you're at. We were watching you. We saw what building you came out of, and even went as deep as to telling him, you gonna find a new residence. And so he got the clips from Calvin, whoever Calvin is.
And at the end of the day, how we know what you got ain't Photoshop. How we know what you are? We can't even believe what you are. You're a goddamn man with a wig on. We can't even believe your personality. Let alone what the heck you doing.
Wow.
You're a goddamn freak. That's what you are. You're a freak, and the truth ain't it.
Wow.
Now, the next faggot that you lay down with, bend over and tell us that.
Wow.
There ain't nobody gonna bump with you. You done lost your cotton ticket, man.
Wow.
That's why you never talked to the white. Sucker. That's why you never heard from the white. Sucker. That's why you ain't never been flown nowhere. Because if you knew anything about the white, he doesn't have an appetite. That's for women. You don't fit that shit. That's all I feel for a boy.
No, it's not. I can respect it.
Yes, it is, son. Yes, it is, son.
I can respect it. But you see how upset you are?
Don't hang your button up and shut up.
So that's allegedly somebody's from the white camp. We don't know that any of this is true. Like, and here's the thing. This person, and he did say, when people were asking him, are you trans? What are you? You got a long lace front. What are you? And he tweeted out, he said, I am a gay man with long hair. He, him, his, nigga if you black, boy, man, bro, bruh. Only time I'm a bitch is when my dude is in my guts. Your question wasn't ignorant. A lot of people were confused. So nevertheless, he goes on to record something else, saying it's pretty sad that when people talk about sexual harassment, abuse, and many other things, and people never take it serious until it's them or a friend of theirs. Now I'm hearing the DMs are fake and Photoshop. Let's not focus on anything besides this pastor who has harassed me for weeks. So he put up proof that he claims is the DMs, and so he clicks back and forth. It's all on his Instagram, and it's also all on Straight from the A. If you go, you can follow it, the timeline, everything, child. But what I found really suspicious is that Masin was involved in a similar scam with Playboy Cardi about a year or so ago, where he doctored text messages and fake DMs and did the same thing. So it's not really far-fetched that he would do it again. And he has a book coming out, and he's like, nowadays it just seems like people do a lot of things for clout. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible for Dwight Howard to be on some old, down low mess. But why is it that all of a sudden all these people are trying to out all of these, actors, rappers, whatever? It's just a whole lot. In addition to him doing the same thing to Playboy Cardi, he also has been accused of scamming people online. He had some scam where he was sending people boxes. Well, they were supposed to be, they purchased cameras for cheap. They thought they was getting a deal on these EOS cameras, for YouTube or whatever. And they get a Canon bag and it's filled with rocks. And it's a whole girl on YouTube that's putting the man on blast about these cameras and this bag of rocks that she got. And it's just interesting. So it's a lot of things. Like, how much controversy are you involved in for somebody would believe that any of this is true? Like, every other year you're involved with a different celebrity, outing a different celebrity, doing the exact same thing. That particular incident didn't catch on. Now here you are again. You've gotten a little bit better with doctoring your receipts. You've gotten a little bit better with, collecting phone conversations. You've gotten a little bit better with doing things like that whole conversation. Dwight. Who does that? Who does that? So I'm just sitting here like, do I believe it? Do I not? And I don't believe it. I mean, I know some of you are like really into this, like, Royce Reed said, it must be true, or this. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. In addition to that, like, why is it? And this is on a whole nother thing, because when the news was reporting that he was trans, or that the gentleman was trans, my question was, can someone please explain to me why these men who aspire to be women expose men who they trick into dating them? I mean, if it's the goal of a transgender person to live their life as their chosen sex, why expose someone to be mocked and or ridiculed for dating you? Like, I'm still at a loss as to, like, we could go to the whole Young Buck situation. We could go to the whole Bobby Valentino situation. Like, it's a different world. Like, why are y'all trying to if these people are really in the closet, why are you dragging them out? If you are really, like, all about love and light and acceptance, why would you do this to someone who is, allegedly struggling with their sexuality? Why? And so, especially the trans situation, like we're saying now, like, you want to be a woman, right? You want to live your life as a woman. You want to be accepted as a woman. You don't want to ever be called he. You don't want, like, none of that. So why would it be an issue for a straight man, or you say he's straight, to be with you, and then you're gonna try to out him as being gay? That would mean that you're still a man. I'm so confused. It's just a ball of confusion. Like, somebody explain it to me, because I don't know. I don't know. And I'm just like, and even this guy with a wig on, like, 1 minute he was claiming to be a girl, but then it's like, he's a guy, and Dwight knew what I was, and it's just too much. It's just too much. Has anybody said Dwight has spoken out? No, Dwight hasn't said a word so far that I know of. But, I'm just sitting here I look at this all the time, and we see different things like this every day, like transgender people who are beautiful, by the way, gorgeous breasts, nice, nice sculpted nose, cheek implants, all of that. And then they try to out a man for seeing them as a woman. And I'm like, it wasn't that your goal? Wasn't that your goal? I'm like confused. So if y'all can explain it to me, I would really appreciate it. I don't know. But what do you guys think about this Dwight Howard situation? Are you believing it? Do you think it's a bit much? Are the receipts enough for you to be like, yeah, Dwight did that shit? They say he did it, and I think he did that shit. So let me know. What do you think? Call in. Let me call in. The phone number is 646-224-5980. The PIN number 840-3583. And I would love to hear from you guys.
Please enter your PIN number. Thank you. Joining the conference now.
Hold on a second, caller. I'm coming. Takes a minute for me to get in the room. Caller 7850, you are on the line.
Hey, Michelle, it's Robert. How are you
Robert?
today?
How are you?
I'm well. So I went to sleep last night and I caught like a little cold, and that's probably because I have like allergies, and so I keep a fan on me all the time. And so, yeah, I think I need to stop now because in Virginia, like, it's time to turn on the heat, but I love a fan. I hate being hot. So, yeah, excuse my voice. I'm a little under the weather.
Yeah.
Say that again?
I said, take it easy out there. I know it's freezing where you are, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. I'm in Chesapeake, Virginia, so it's cold as hell out here. And everybody's like, well, why the hell do you have a fan? I'm like, if you don't suffer from year-round allergies, you will never understand. Yeah. Those who do understand. But about this Dwight Howard situation, I have two things I want to say. One is, what is going on? Like, all of this is allegedly, of course. So what's going on with the pastor? Like, I'm confused. So was it that, okay, so this is what I got from the story. My friend watched when this Masin character was on Instagram Live doing the press conference, and he basically said that he never met Dwight. And so it's like, okay, so what are you exposing? If you've never met him, then you've never had sex with him. So are you exposing conversations? Are you exposing this? And then my friend said the reason they never met is because Masin didn't sign an NDA. So I don't know. I haven't been able to verify that or not. So what's being exposed?
Exactly. That's the point. And I don't know that it's just an interesting situation because even with the text that the screenshot of the text, you can't see what Instagram account it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? So for all I know, it's like a girl saying it or somebody saying it or, he being flipped. Like, or it could just be totally made up.
Exactly. And the part about where he's like, why are you asking me that for? That could be some Instagram model saying, hey, are you in a relationship? And him saying, why are you asking me that for? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't prove that the thread exchange happened the way that Masin said it happened. Now, the second question I have is, what is going on with Royce and one of Dwight Howard's brothers, because they both had similar like subliminals on Instagram, and it basically was like, well, don't be so quick to rush in to save people because you might be interrupting their karma. Like, even if Dwight is an asshole, like, this is not karma. This is, viciousness that could affect his children and his career. And so I'm sort of confused about why Royce and one of the brothers who he has had a falling out with seem to be gloating about this.
And that's exactly why it's the people, the people who he's falling out with. He and Royce have a very tumultuous relationship over their child. Like, they were going.
He sued her for like $1 million.
Yes, he did for damaging his reputation, for posting his son online without his permission. They had an agreement not to. It was so much. Like, I gotta go in the archives to read it because I reported on that several years ago. So, and then he got another baby mama, and then Royce felt some kind of way, and it was just one thing after the next. So I just feel like she's just a bitter baby mama who's gonna do anything to try to besmirch his reputation. And the same with the brother. Like, you never know, even though it's your brother, there's falling out when money is concerned.
Like, Dwight Dwight could have probably been like, hey, yo, man, the bank is closed. I'm not going to keep taking care of grown men. And then he turned on him. So, yeah, it's all a bad look. But when my friend said she watched his Instagram Live, she was like, okay, now this is a hot-ass mess, because in the Twitter exchange, Masin basically was like, oh, I blew your mind. And then in the Instagram Live, it's like, oh, well, we never met.
Right,
it's like,
right.
Okay, so what
and
you
I feel
about?
like he was tiptoeing even in the text, even in the tweets. He was tiptoeing around it. That's why he never said that Dwight threatened him. He kept saying somebody in his team, Calvin, his pastor, all of these nameless, faceless people. It's just weird. Like, why would you? What is the point?
Very weird.
Yeah, what is the point?
I guess just to get more, I guess to be the number one trending topic on gossip websites or something. But yeah,
and somebody wanted you to sign an NDA for what? For DMs? You know what I'm saying? It's just...
Yeah, exactly, right? That didn't make any sense to me, too. And then I'm glad you mentioned Playboy Cardi because my friend is a huge fan of his, and she was watching when that little drama went down. But on Masin's Instagram press conference, he was like, I never said that I was with Playboy Cardi. And my friend was like, okay, now that's a goddamn lie because I lived through that, So once you lie, basically, and I know you're lying, then I can't take anything you say seriously.
Right.
And then with the whole box of rocks, I know that's one of the reasons they said he changed his name on Twitter because people were, dragging him for that camera or the box of rocks that he was sending to people. So yeah, he just sounds like a scammer who's looking to get a reality TV show or something.
Like once a scammer, always a scammer. This dude was mailing out boxes of rocks to people who thought they bought cameras. Now he over here talking about he had a relationship with somebody and y'all think he credible? Child, bye.
Exactly. So, but thank you for the post. I read it. And so, yeah, as always, you're spot on and thanks for the receipts. And I'm going back to listen. So, alrighty, I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Robert. Always a pleasure, my love.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Caller 8359, you are on the line.
Yo, it's good, Michelle. It's Newark King.
Hi, Newark King. Nice to hear from you again.
How you doing?
Good. I know you got a lot to say about this.
Well, I always got a problem with this. You know what I'm saying? So, here's my thing. What just made this all just come into light because it kind of just cleared it up for me when he started promoting the book. When he did that, I was like, okay, bro, this is what you're doing. Because if you're a true victim of any type of sexual harassment or stalking or all this other stuff that he was saying, I'm not trying to plug no promotional shit at all. Like, that's just the way I think about it.
Right.
And I kind of feel like people that do that, they always have ulterior motive on like how they want to push their own product. To me, that's just very just tasteful, and it needs to be dealt with on a lawful level. Because to me, it's like, what are you doing? That's just like the same situation with Bobby Valentino and that dude that he was messing with. It's like, okay, and then all of a sudden you coming out with the press conferences and then
I don't believe that situation either. And I hate, look, I don't know what Bobby Valentino do behind closed doors. I can't vouch for him being gay or straight. But that particular situation, I was really looking at sideways because you got a video of the man running out the house, which means to me was like he didn't know what he was getting into till he saw what he didn't want and he ran. So now it's like,
exactly.
Yeah, it was a crazy situation. Very crazy.
Well, and I kind of feel like at this point in 2018, I don't give a fuck what these men are doing. I'm not fucking them.
But that's the point. What's the point of putting them on blast? What's the point?
Exactly. My thing is it affecting their job? Is there something dealing with their job or their family? If it's not affecting any of that, I could care less what these people are doing.
Right.
My thing is, if you're not supposed to be such a big taboo, and you're not supposed to be this big secret thing, then why do you continue to carry on these men as if it's a problem? That's the contradiction that they continue pushing. They keep saying, "Oh, we're normal. Oh, we this. Oh, we that." But at the slightest chance they can get some type of fame from it, they use it as a platform to ruin somebody else's life while trying to elevate their own. To me, that is an issue. And you keep perpetuating that as if something is wrong, but then you turn around and say, well, y'all got to accept us for us. Well, you don't even accept yourself for you. You know what I'm saying? Because the way you carry on, that's not of somebody saying, I'm secure in who I am and this is what I want and this is right. That's not the characteristics of somebody who is living right. That's just my opinion on that, because it just always comes off. In relation to that, it kind of reminds me of how, maybe not say all white people, some white people, how they be like, I'm not racist, you're racist. But then they're the main ones being racist. It's kind of like that to me.
It's definitely like that.
Almost, yeah, so it's like almost like a mind game that they play sometimes with that. It's like, are you right or are you wrong? Let me know. Let us know the rules this month. Because I don't know. Y'all always change
and the
what
whole
you do.
thing
You always,
about being passable and, you know, I'm fish today or whatever the case may be. It's like you're
right.
trying to deceive men into believing that you're something that you're not. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you are that, you don't have to deceive anybody. If you want to walk in your truth, just tell these men that, you know, you are trans, whatever the case may be, and then they'll be transparent all around. But instead, people want to trick, you know, and I was born a woman and you weren't. You know, it's just too much. It's just too much.
Exactly. And I had another problem. My last point when he was saying something about he knew it was Dwight stalking him. And then at the later on the story, he was like, "Oh, then I found out it was just his pastor." Like, you knew this before you started telling this story. Why are you giving out these false leading,
And why didn't he give out the pastor's name? What's the pastor's name? Let's get some names.
Right, he was putting out names and numbers. I'm like, isn't this against the law to be putting out folks' numbers like this? I was like, this is crazy. Like, he's just throwing out everything just to try to get, you know, this name circulating. This isn't the way you go about. Right. You know, get your name out there. If you want to do it the right way, if you were really that in fear of your life, there's a police station. If you got so much credible evidence, you take it to the police, they open up an investigation, and they would have had no problem, you know, taking him down. But
all of those
to me,
receipts.
that just shows that you don't, right. To me, that just shows that you don't really have shit. You just probably have a lot of doctored information, which you need to be charged with if that's the case, because I don't believe that shit at all.
Right. I agree, and I hope he does get charged. Shit, I was hoping Rena was gonna get charged because, you know, they was talking about charging her at that point. The Rena Houston person with the Bobby Valentino, all of that. So I mean, it's just interesting because it's like it's a double-edged sword. As soon as, you know, they get in a situation where these men do beat them up or whatever the case may be, then it's a hate crime. So everybody has to tread lightly. They can't say what they really feel because they feel like, you know, they're stepping on toes or violating rights and this, that, and the third. But aren't you violating these men's rights by doing this to them, by outing their alleged sexuality or whatever their fetishes are? Like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the deal, you know, because it's just, I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Right. Well, I was going to ask the question, do you think, like say, for instance, in Bobby Valentino's situation, do you think that men in those particular situations feel like they may catch a lot of backlash from the gay community if they do decide to press charges? Do you think that may be a possibility?
I think that's a good possibility. Yes, is that, and the fact that they don't want to deal with it at all, especially if they're straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you gonna come out and be like, this transgender is stalking me? Then people still gonna give you the side eye. So it's like you can't win for losing at the end of the day. Like, as soon as somebody connects you, you know, with a person that you allegedly not with or whatever the case may be, or you straight and you with trans and this, that, and third. As soon as you're linked with a trans, you gay or you a trans. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So it's like they'll never,
that's true, because Eddie Murphy and all them could never shake that stigma.
Exactly.
When once it's placed on you, that's it. Yeah, that's true.
So it is what it is.
Okay, well, that's my 2 cents. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for taking my call.
And you do the same. Thank you for the honest debate, and I appreciate you.
Of course.
All right.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye. Caller 4477, you are on the line.
What's up, Michelle? It's Catalina from the A, straight from the A on
Catalina,
the South
straight from the A. What's up, girl?
It's colder than the icebox in Atlanta, pun intended.
It ain't that cold.
Yeah. Yes, it is. 30 degrees.
It ain't even below freezing yet.
And I just started my little corporate job today, so I had to get on the MARTA from College Park.
Oh, yeah, you cold.
To Midtown.
Oh, yeah, you cold.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cold. But no, I ain't got nothing to add. I just wanted to say, hey, just stop by. You know, I'm always catching you live every chance I get.
So
Dwight Howard, he's been canceled since Royce was on Basketball Wives Miami.
But weren't Royce canceled too? Royce was just as bad as Dwight.
Yeah, Royce canceled too. No, she's canceled too, but he been canceled since he left the Rockies. Like, we don't even care about Dwight no more. But I don't have no sense about this stuff right here. So, but I'm gonna let the next caller go through. But I'll talk to you later.
You believe it? Do you believe it or not? Or you just don't?
Do I believe it? Yeah. Dwight look like he do some and shit like
How
that.
you gonna look like it?
So,
How you gonna look like it?
I know. I don't know. I ain't got no opinion on either way. I don't know. But I talk to you later, too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Caller 6151, you are on the line. Hello.
Hello, am I on?
Hi. Yes. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, yeah. Hey, my name is Sid. I'm calling from Mississippi.
Hi, Sid from Mississippi. How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm wonderful. What do you think about this situation?
Yeah, here's the question I have. I want to know what's going on with the pastor. See, the pastor Calvin, I think, is the thing that people are kind of missing. See, when the pastor kept calling him, asking him about, if he was going to sign that non-disclosure agreement, I want to know, why does he kind of feel like he's not justified if he doesn't know what's going on when he's calling him to ask him about that agreement? He's trying to silence him. He's trying to pretend like he don't know what's going on. The pastor is calling him to try to get him to be quiet. I think a lot of people are kind of missing it.
But who's pastor and for whom? Are you sure it was a pastor for Dwight? It could have been a pastor for anybody. Clearly, this particular person has been involved with a whole lot of people doing a whole lot of dirt. Who's to say it was this Dwight? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm right. Skeptical because of the way he was talking to whoever that was, and the way he kept saying, Dwight, you know this, Dwight, you know I like to do this, Dwight, and it just seemed a little bit contrived to me. So that's why I'm not buying it. Right. I'm not saying that it can't be true, but I'm just saying it's real sketchy.
Right. I agree with you. I just keep wondering, like, he keeps kind of, if this story is true, he keeps pretending like he doesn't know why the pastor is calling him, why Dwight and the pastor are upset with him. It maybe they're upset with you because they're trying to get, because they can't silence you. He keeps trying to say, well, I don't know why they're trying to stop me. Well, if you already got a book out and you're trying to promote your book, maybe Dwight was afraid that you were going to expose him. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to kind of pretend like he doesn't know what's going on. He don't know why they're threatening his life. He doesn't know why he can't. It's just...
My issue is, if he never met him, what is there to disclose?
Right, yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So that,
I agree.
It's like, so he's admitted, I didn't see the press conference or whatever, but he's apparently admitted he's never even met Dwight Howard. He's saying he talked to him in chat. He could have been catfishing Dwight for all we know. We don't know what the hell went on, because we didn't see what account he was texting from. We didn't see none of that. So, if he's never met him, how can, what is he non-disclosing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, right. But he also said that I think he said something about when he saw him, and I think it was in Twitter, saying that when he saw him, he was 6'11", he was fine, he didn't have any kids. So did he meet him at that point?
That's what he claims. He claims he met him at Wild 'N Out. That's what he said in his tweet. But then he's saying he's never met him. So it's like your story isn't consistent. So I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but
if the pastor was calling, you put the pastor on blast. Put where the pastor's name at. Right, where the pastor's picture. Right. Maybe the pastor was hollering.
Right.
You need to put if you putting people on blast, do that.
Right. I agree. That's who I want to know. I want to know about this pastor. I want to know this. Because he's been silent too. If the pastor if this Pastor Calvin. If my name was in some mess and I'm a pastor, I would want to say, hey, listen, don't get my name involved in there. I don't know. I never called you. I don't know nothing about this. But I want to know more about the pastor. I think in this threatening, I want to hear more about that. That's what I want to know.
Okay. Well, I don't even know that there is a pastor at this point. How we even know that any of this is true? You know what I mean? Like, it was just a guy's voice on the phone. We don't know if it was Dwight Howard. We don't know if it was Dwight Jones. We don't know if it was Mike Jones. We don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just hear this man arguing with this other man. Like, and clearly he was recording it for a reason. So it's to me, it's just, it's just fodder for us to talk about.
Yeah.
And next week it'll be done, and hopefully, Dwight Howard can recover from this in however he feels, whatever the situation is. I'm sure maybe he'll speak on it, maybe he'll never speak on it. But at the end of the day, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I understand. But thank you so much for taking my call, Michelle.
Well, thank you so much for calling. I certainly appreciate you.
Hey, no. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. We have beat this dead horse to death. Oops, I don't know. Nobody's on the phone. Okay, we have beat this dead horse to death. I'm not taking any more calls, but I mean, come on. Do y'all really, really believe that Dwight and this guy were involved in a relationship? Well, clearly he said they weren't in a relationship. What kind of relationship they was in? A text relationship, a DM relationship, a catfish relationship, somebody calling somebody saying the pastor did this. I don't know. I'm just not buying it. Anyway, I'm concluding that all of this is a bunch of poppycock, and it's just something for us to just talk about. Meanwhile, I'm going to go live in probably about an hour and talk about Future and his baby mama drama. So stay tuned for that. And, I'll be back to talk about that a little bit later. But thank you guys for tuning in. What y'all got to say about this in the chat? Do y'all believe? Press 1 if you believe. Zill's so shady. Press 1 if you believe Masin over here. Press 1 if you believe Masin, and press 2 if you believe Dwight. What do you believe? No, nonsense said 8. You ain't even in the category, child. You believe Masin, Stormy? I don't know. His story just ain't adding up. 1.5, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. You want to hear more from the pastor? It's extortion. 2, 2, 2. 1 revolver. 2B. Wait a minute, Zills. Come on now. Okay, 1.8, 1.5. Some of y'all in the middle. But my point is, look, if the man is bi, gay, curious, whatever the case may be, why is it, if the LGBT community is supposed to be accepted by all, why is it an issue? If he is, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Y'all make it seem like it's a dirty, nasty thing to be gay, but then, let y'all tell it it's great and it's normal. I'm just trying to figure out what the deal is. You said it's a mess. 1, 2, 1 and 2. Why is the pastor involved? Is there a pastor, Lucinda? Do we even know that there's a pastor? The pastor could be a box of rocks, just like that box of rocks he was sending out to them people on YouTube and said they bought a camera for $50. Never mind. I ain't gonna even tell this. I ain't even tell this story. I'm gonna tell this story about the box of rocks I got that time, but I'll save that for another day. But anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in. You need to hear from Dwight. Yeah, well, I don't know if he should say anything. If I was his PR, which I'm not, I would probably say, let it ride. Let it ride. Let the people talk and, don't confirm or deny and move on. Move on. Because what business is it? If I want to holler at you, whether you a man or female, I'm going to holler at you, So what does it matter? If I don't like you, if I'm not gay, I'm not going to talk to gay women, men. If I'm straight, I'm only going to talk to women. I mean, there's no need to announce that, is there? Is there a reason to confirm this? I don't think so. But anyway, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I will holler at you a little bit later. Good night.